You're tuned into Anyone FM and you listen to The Issues with Ben Messenger and Deage Paxton. So, Deage, would you like to explain to the listeners how the show actually works today?
I would, Ben, I would. Very much. This is The Issues, when we don't deal with any sort of real issues, sort of economics or politics or religion. We deal with real men issues, like why do pandas have black eyes, and, you know, why am I still alone in this? So I think today we should just kick off straight away with a song. Get the show.
But that you can email the show, because we will be discussing a lot of very big, important issues. So if you do have an opinion on that, please do email into the show, which is on the website, which is www.anyoneFM.net, and just going onto the contact tab and sending an email. You can also text the show by starting your message with the letters NE and the number 1, plus your message is 60300.
God, your voice is smooth.
Smooth for radio.
Because we've been discussing radio names today, and
radio names, yeah.
Obviously with the dulcet tones of Ben Messenger, I thought of just calling him White Velvet. You know?
I don't think it's going to catch on, I'm not going to lie.
And obviously with me being ginger and quite powerful, I'll be called Tangerine Thunder. You know?
That'll catch on. I'll make that catch on. Shall we crack on with our first issue?
First issue of the day.
Yes, well, what do you think, if heaven was real, what do you think it would be like?
Immediately overcrowded, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead people, that's all I'm going to say. You know, it's... Because, I mean...
Especially after
the idea of like seeing all your dead relatives and stuff, that's not appealing to me. I don't want to just like
all them fish you jam down the toilet.
Yeah. Just one angry fish. I've been waiting for you.
yeah, that's probably not heaven. I like the idea though of it being overcrowded, and like, well, at first it was kind of fun, but now there's just too many. What happened is you've had world wars and you've ruined heaven. I like that as a concept. I don't know how. I mean, I like the idea of it being like you go out and you go to heaven and there's like a massive TV and you just get to watch all the highlights of your life, not like the boring bits like sleeping or bathing or talking to you. Just the good stuff, you know. Like no, I can't think of any good stuff.
I mean, I think the idea of heaven. I mean, but we're both atheists, so we don't believe in it. So yeah. The idea of heaven is supposed to be an ideal thing. Like, my ideal thing would be, you know, time with Megan Fox while eating a Subway meatball marinara.
Who are you? Or is it a foot long and you're going both ends? Of the sandwich, it's too early for that kind of stuff.
But even that would get boring after a while. I mean,
after a while. I'm sorry, Megan, but I've had enough.
Yeah, after the first 100 years, you'd just be like, come on, this isn't working.
She wouldn't be able to handle any more Tangerine Thunder.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if heaven is being ruined by people, you know, because the human race is, as it is, a horrible little race that just destroys everything where it goes. So in heaven just be like, well, this is good, but we need a Starbucks.
That needs to happen.
That needs to happen.
I do agree, because like you say, heaven for me is like lazing about and, you know, getting it on. Just, you know what I mean? But that's not really
getting
like,
it on.
That's like the rules of God, you know? It's like the whole sex before marriage thing. Like, doesn't sound like heaven to me. I'm just throwing it out there.
The best thing about that is, if I would just like the fact that only there'd be like one religion that's right. So the guy gets in the room, he goes, "Oh, I'm a mum. Sorry, dude, you got it wrong." You know?
Yeah. Sorry, no.
We're crowded as it is. I mean, after World War II, there's just a lot of Jews about, you know.
Just full of Jews. We're getting taken off the air probably currently.
Well, that's what I'm true. You know, it's sort of a lot of Jews. You can't sweep that under the rug, surely. Or too soon, right? Do you want to crack on with the next issue of the day, Ben?
Yes, which is...
what do you think the future is going to be like? I mean, it's an important issue because things like Back to the Future... the film that was hosted, right? I was watching it the other day, and that's meant to be in the year 2020, right? Which is like 8 years away, and they've got hoverboards, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, in the 80s, we were way behind.
Yeah, this is very way behind. I think a long time off the DeLorean. I mean, someone pulled up around our house. I've got a DeLorean. I'd be like, well, that's the rubbishest car I've ever seen.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Futurama. For people who haven't seen Futurama, it's a comedy about things set in the year 3000, and I mean, it's the idea of integrated robots. I love that. I love that idea. But again, humans just would eventually try and like go out with one. You know, the Heat magazine. I dated a robot. I'm a robosexual.
Robosexual. That's brilliant. I like the idea of that though. I mean, like, I love the film I, Robot. So I'd love that to happen, but without, you know, the sentient uprising. You know what I mean? Because that part was a bit of a downer. But it's just because I'm lazy and I just want like robot slaves to do all of my bidding.
So your idea of a good future is somebody it's just lazy.
Realistically, I'm just looking for a girlfriend who's like a feeder, just like feed me and wash me with a rag on a stick, like off The Simpsons. It'd just be brilliant.
I had someone come and talk to me about the future the other day. I'd never met this guy before, and we got talking for about 5 minutes and went, oh yeah, in the future, gingers won't exist, right?
Was that a threat?
I'm standing there going, dude, I'm in the future right now. As I live, I'm in the future. I'm still existing. He's like, no, like in the distant future. I'm like, why? And he went, well, with the whole people don't really want to have sex with them thing.
And I bought a gun.
That's not how it works. Because there was that, there was a,
I thought that was true though, because isn't ginger a recessive gene? So it's like, doesn't matter who you sleep with, your kids probably won't be ginger.
It was that,
unless it's another ginger.
Was that sperm bank in America that stopped taking ginger samples?
Because they had too much.
Yeah, because it had too much and nobody wanted to.
When did you take a trip to America?
Hey, it's easy money. It's easy money. It's
why you're so rich in America?
Would you want to crack on with the song?
Yes, let's. You're back with the issues on Anyone FM with Ben and Deage. Thanks for tuning in. So yes, this is the issues. We were originally going to do a show for former sex slaves and call it The Misused with Ben and Deage. These puns literally get worse every week.
I didn't even think you were going to do it.
Just a reminder that you can actually email in the show if you want basically to request a track, want to talk to her, want to discuss any of the issues. So you would just go on the website, which is www.anyoneFM.net, and just click on the contact tab and wing an email. You can actually also text the show by starting your message with the letters NE and the number 1 to 60300. Apologies for that terrible pun, but it's all I've got.
Should we go on with an issue?
Yes, let's. Right. What's the next issue?
It's quite a good issue. If you could watch a highlight from your life, what would it be?
I would probably watch that bit back where, I came from nothing, living in the Bronx, and then I went on to become the championship boxer by beating Apollo Creed while shouting at Adrian.
That's Rocky.
Alright then. Well, there was one time that I was in the woods being hunted by the sheriff officers, and I had to adapt to my environment and, kill some guys to survive.
Dude, that's Rambo.
God, yeah, pedant. There was this one time that I was woken from cryogenic sleep, and I had to take down a dungaree wearing Wesley Snipes, who was running amok because he's quite the villain.
That's Demolition Man.
All right then. Well, finally, there's this one time when I was judge, jury, and executioner. And like I say,
that's Judge Dredd. Do you have any memories that on Sylvester Stallone films?
No. No.
Well, that's. I think. A highlight from my life, that's an actual, thing.
Actually, that's what I want mine to be. I want mine to be a highlight of your life. Yeah. I'd love to watch a montage of you being rejected by a myriad of women of all shapes and sizes.
Thanks, Ben.
Hey, anytime.
This is the thing, I was thinking about this and I was thinking, it's quite a sad thing because I couldn't think of a highlight from my life. It's a horrible thing, but it's, because obviously you'd go away, what's the best moment ever? But you don't want to watch the best moment ever. I want to watch, I remember this time I had a paper ball in a bin about 30 yards away, and I threw it. It hit off 2 walls, and then went in the bin. I want to, and nobody saw it.
No one understood why you were standing up punching the air. I did it.
Nobody saw it. I want to put that on a highlight and make everyone watch. I was like, see, look at that. That happened.
Everybody, look what I did.
I think you don't really want to watch the best moments. You want to watch the moments where you just go, that is so funny. There was this time. There was this kid that I renamed Borstal Boy because he's about 12 and you can see prison in his eyes.
You know where this guy's going.
And he was chatting some nonsense and he sneezed and I went, manners. I went, sorry, manners don't cost anything. And he went, and I went, neither does your house. Oh, yes.
You would just watch that back on repeat. Yeah. You just coming up with half-witty replies to people.
I actively say this is the best moment of my life. That was just wrote. This isn't like this epitomizes my life. I once found a £10 note, right? And it got ruined on a night out. I took it somewhere, and I ended up spending it on nothing. It was the best moment of my life. It just got ruined.
It's not the best thing ever when you come across money. I was sitting in a bar once, not alone. Let's just get that out there. I'm not a total weirdo. And I was talking to this guy, and I was looking, and I was like, is that a £20 note on the floor? And he looked at us and he went, nah mate, I've been thinking that for the past 10 minutes as well. It's not. So we're just sitting there looking. I was looking at it again. He's going, "It's not, man. It's not." And then I went and picked up. It was a £20 note. He was like, "You're round." I was like, "No, you said it wasn't." So I went and bought like 2 drinks and drank them in front of him.
Well, there's a friend of mine that recently won £2,000, right?
Right.
And I should be happy for him.
But you hate him.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like seeing
It's that whole thing of lottery, though, isn't it? It's the whole thing of lottery where it's like anyone can win, but you just don't think that anyone is deserving. Like, why do you deserve it? Especially, like, people get really angry when, like, really fat people win the lottery, don't they? They're just like, they're just gonna waste it on food.
Well, there was that guy that chavvy guy, the king of the chavs, that won the lottery. He came out of prison, like, for a day, won the lottery, and people were like, "Well, no, he didn't deserve it." Dude, he bought a ticket. That's how the game works. I mean, I don't really want to watch anything. I think my whole life is just a series of cringe-worthy moments.
Yeah.
And I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch. I just want to just meander through the misery. That's all I want to do.
Realistically, I'd rather like to go back in time and be able to change all the mistakes I made, but it would just take too long.
I don't want to watch some highlights. Yeah. I would like to watch the highlights of someone else's life, surely, but so I can laugh at them. But I don't want to stand there and laugh at myself. How about a song, Ben?
Let's go for it. You're back with the issues on Anyone FM with Ben and Deage. That was AC/DC with Thunderstruck, which was absolutely brilliant. Me and Deage were rocking out in the studio. I hope you were rocking out at home.
If you weren't guitaring, in air guitaring even, you should have been. They
should be ashamed. Now, me and Deage are both like short hair individuals, but we're both headbanging. I'm a little dizzy actually. I think it's me diet of rockstar energy drinks to be up at this time because
there was no way I was sitting down doing that song. I was like we went out the other night. We went to a night called Propaganda, which was an night, and we can't dance.
No, well, I think if you cannot dance, why try and dance? Just admit that you cannot dance, go out and do the stupidest dancing you can do, and own that dance floor.
I mean, I think I took my air guitar out at the start of the night, and I did not put it away.
Yeah, doing spins with it, playing it one-handed.
I only put it away to get out my air drums.
Is there anything more tragic than blokes playing the air drums?
You went out the other night and there was a girl that tried to use your leg as an air guitar.
No, she did. There was a girl. She was started dancing next to us. I'm not saying this to brag, you know what I mean? Because if you knew me, it's not a brag. But just pointing at my leg because I was already playing air guitar, and then she actually like pulled my leg up and then started playing it. It was pretty worrying.
Do you want to plug the emails, Ben?
Oh, yes. You can actually email the show, which is just going on the website, which is anyoneFM.net, clicking on the contact tab and sending them an email. You can also text the show by starting your messages with the letters NA and the number 1 to 60300.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
That was smooth.
So shall we crack on with our next issue of the day?
Next issue of the day is, if you had a time machine, what would you do?
I would go back in time and I'd be a dad.
Really?
Mrs. Paxton. For a start, you wouldn't be ginger.
My life's already better.
The only bit, like, I've got a bit of ginger beard, you might get that, but I think it's quite the trade-off, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I mean this in the best possible way, but you'd be a much better looking man.
I can't get worse. Anything at this stage is an improvement.
I mean, what would you do if you had a time machine?
I mean, a lot of people go, "Oh, I would go back and stop hitting at me."
Yeah,
and you just go, "No."
I would go back and stop them just to spite them.
Yeah. But the thing is, no, you wouldn't, right? You would use it for selfish gain, like everybody else does. I mean, you know me, the only thing that I would really do is go back and give, like, the Jedward parents contraception. Just
yeah, I would go back and stop Jedward.
It'd be like a scene from Timmer. There was something terrible going to happen.
Yeah, forget John Connor. We need to sort out Jedward. Jesus.
I want to actually see if the butterfly effect's true. I mean, there's a lot of you know, the butterfly effect is if you kill a butterfly.
That film is like, have you seen the film?
Yeah.
Oh, that film's horrible. Like, I thought, this is going to be interesting. And pretty much every outcome was terrible. Like,
yeah, no?
It's just like, well, I did one thing. Oh, now I'm in a wheelchair. I did one thing. Oh, that guy's a paedophile. I did one. It's just, don't watch that film. It's just so miserable.
But I want to see if it's true. Just so I can go, no, that's a lie. I want to go back and stamp on loads of butterflies. I'm going to do it.
You're going to take it literally, or just going to mash up butterflies?
The world can't get worse, surely.
Well,
maybe.
Random noises. I mean, I'm a petty man, so I would go back and I would just win every argument ever.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, I would just keep rewinding, say something else. Oh, that didn't work. I'll rewind, try it again, say something else. Eventually, it'd win.
Go for funniest gain.
Yeah,
what I'd like to do is this is just me, right? Obviously, people have got sort of bigger like saying, "Oh, we'll go back and submit." But the only thing that I really wanted to do was to write down exactly what someone's saying and go back and say it while they're saying it, just to freak them out. That's the kind of guy.
I'd just say, "I know what you were about to say," and then say it. I thought you were going to say hello. Oh, how did you know?
And then wait till they're going to say something next and just keep doing it. I got the whole conversation, like an hour long of them just going, "How do you know?" I'm going, "How do you know?" You know?
Yeah, you could have like a careerist, like some sort of Darren Brown mind games kind of fella. You know what I mean?
What about going back and getting lottery numbers? That's a sort of, everyone goes, "Oh, you just go back and get those lottery numbers," but it's that thing that. Yeah. Would you though? That's just no fun. Just if
I don't know. I think, like you say, it's the butterfly effect. It's like it'd probably ruin everything if you went back and changed
a little thing like
that.
Do you want to play another song?
Yes.
I mean, this is
with the issues with Ben Deage on Anyone FM. That was Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners for Sheesh Merriweather, a friend of the show. So just remember that you can actually email into the show, which is on the website, going on anyonefm.net and clicking on the Contact the Studio tab and sending them a message. You can also text the show by starting your message with the letters NE and the number 1, plus your message is 60300. Deej is laughing at me for my radio voice. I do a total radio voice. I don't even talk like this in person.
It was just text.
So Deej, I do that voice all the time. Everyone has an impression of me saying so Deej. We've actually received an email saying from someone's just put Deej will know, saying the reason you are not a babe magnet has nothing to do with you being ginger. You know the advice I gave you. You're single because you insist on dancing in public.
Yeah, that's for my mother.
Really, that's a really loving text. Mrs. Paxton, I can tell you firsthand that your son has got very what's the word, fluid movements on the dance floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The ladies love it.
Don't pretend you're not impressed.
Yeah. Don't act like you're not impressed.
I mean, I don't care. I was just getting to the point now where like I see people who can actually dance. Like, when you go to a club and there's always one guy breakdancing.
Oh yeah, there's always one guy.
Always that one guy, and you just look at him and just like, oh, go away. I don't care.
The thing is, though, is if you can break dance, I get the feeling that they've just come out just to show off that they can break dance.
And there's always one guy that steps up to him and is like, yeah, but then can't dance and just like pretends.
Yeah, you've got to have the comedy dance off.
That guy's me.
Yeah, just trying to do the robot and you can't do it. Looks like you're directing traffic. It's just terrible.
I showed I showed Ben a move last weekend called the traffic one, which is because there's lots of.
That's a good move. That's a good move. I was impressed. I mean, it's not really fit for radio, but it's kind of like one hand up, like stop, and then the other hand's waving the traffic through.
There's loads of dance moves like dealing the cards.
Where you
pretend to shuffle cards until the music climax, and then you deal the cards.
It's like the film Knocked Up, where Seth Rogen's doing the dice, rolling the dice. It's like he's doing the dice too much.
It's all he has. I mean,
it's a great film.
I pity people who like. There's three kinds of people, right? There's the first kind who the breakdancing lock, and I can't have no time for them.
Why are they all short men? They're always really short men. I suppose maybe it's like height things. The shorter you are, the easier it is to spin on your head. I don't know.
And then there's a second guy that just kind of stands at the bar with drinking his drink, just looking sullen. There's people, I think they're called wallflowers. They're just kind of standing up and going, "Oh, I wish I had confidence," right?
Yeah. I'll just wait for the good-looking girls to come and talk to me.
And there's a third kind, the best kind, right? No, there's 4 kinds. Right?
You just keep making this up as you go along. There's actually 10 kinds.
There's another kind, right, which is the lonely dancing groups where they grab their friend and then they go, "Way!"
We've all done it.
And there's the 4th kind, the best kind, my kind.
If I do this on myself.
The guys who know they can't dance but still insist on doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I just think, why bother? You've got to dance.
Yeah.
It's only a drunk thing though, like. Yeah. I mean, about 5 pints in, I'm like, right, I'm dancing now.
I won't even dance without drink in my hand. It looks ridiculous.
It's like the opposite of showing off. It's like, it's time to show the ladies what I don't got. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you've got a drink in your hand, that's pretty much an explanation,
Yeah.
What? Is he okay? Oh, he's got a drink.
Why do we do that? You insist on dancing. Like, I regularly drink, like, Jack Daniels and Coke, and it's just like, I'm just spilling it all over my hands. My hands just caked in, like, stickiness. No change there. But, like, it's just like, they're just on the dance floor.
Easy now.
It is 10 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I think we got ridiculously drunk last week, and we went to the, we went to the Stand, which is a great place.
If you haven't been to the Stand in Newcastle, I wholeheartedly recommend it. It's an absolute brilliant night.
And I went to the bar, and I went, what's on offer? Because that's how cheap I am. And she went, she just pointed us at like a sign that said like 2 Jägermans for $5. So I went, oh, right, I'll just give you a 10. I'll just give us £10 worth of drink for me and Ben.
Yeah.
I'm expecting knowing a few shots of Jaeger bomb, maybe like a Jack and Coke or something.
Yeah.
And she made a £9.50 drink. She got a pint glass and done like top shelf of booze, and I'm standing there looking at you going, is that okay? And obviously me,
there was steam coming off this drink.
And me from being a geordie, I was like, well, I paid £9.50 for it.
I'm having it.
I'm drinking it. It took us about an hour to drink this thing. But it was so weird because I've never felt drunk while drinking a drink. And I went back to the woman. I went, what did you put in it? And she just went, it's nothing.
I'll tell you what I didn't put in it. It'll take less time.
And then
it just. I remember smelling it when you were like, have a drink, and I was like, oh, and you were like, don't smell it, just drink it.
And then I went, right. So what do you put in? She went, I just pointed at the top, and she went, what did it taste like? Like she never made it before.
Yeah, it was.
Like I was just an experiment for her.
I can take this one. It tastes like petrol and lost hope. It was so nasty.
Should we do an issue?
Yeah, I mean, it is the purpose of the show. Yeah. It'd be rude not to.
If you could genetically modify a child, what would you do? And I'm not talking about sort of, like, seriously. What if you could genetically modify a child to do anything? What would you do?
I mean, like, when I was a child, I had quite big ears.
Right.
Like when I looked like Goofy. Me two front teeth were like big buck teeth. I had massive ears, and like it's me mum always said, "You grew into them." You grew into them. So basically, I was born with old man ears and then grew into them. But what I would do is if my kid's gonna inherit that, I would genetically modify him so it was like Dumbo, and my kid could fly. Plus, I wouldn't have to drop him off at school. I could just like build a runway in the back garden, just like have fun, safe landing.
The thing was, my sister had like big ears, and she had the surgery thing because
to pin them back.
Yeah, and I was outraged by this. My mum was like, well, just let it out. No, this is surgery.
Is this because she can pin her ears back, but you can't do nothing about being ginger?
I can't pin back the ugly. You know what I mean? That's not cool.
Can you pin back the ugly? Yes, it's called a shotgun.
I mean, if I could genetically modify my child, I'd give him gills. I want to...
What, like Waterworld? Like,
yeah, I wanted this guy to swim underwater. I wanted him to be like...
When's that going to come in handy, though? You live in Cramlin.
It's a good party trick, though.
It's a good party trick.
He just travel around.
He's really good at, Bobby Apples on Halloween. He always wins.
Just get out. I bet I can hold my breath longer than you. I bet you can't. He doesn't know.
I mean, if I could genetically modify, I would install like a little screen on my son or daughter's head, so I could, like, when I'm hugging them, I could still be on Facebook. You know what I mean? I just say I love you, but let's be honest, hugging is boring.
Touch screen.
Yeah, let's be honest, hugging is boring.
You can't
I'm
do
updating me says just love my kids, lol.
What you can actually do that is you find a baby, right, and then you just get an iPhone and
find a baby.
Just find it. Well, get your child, right, and then jam an iPhone into its soft spot, and then just. It'll be fine. Touchscreen for life.
Today on reasons why Ben and Deage don't have kids.
Personally, I'm a very selfish person. That's just the thing.
Yeah.
So I just want to make him like a perfect athlete and then just live off their success.
Yeah.
I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, I want to be those parents who live vicariously through their children.
I want to get a child who like looks nothing like us, like have like a black son or something.
I hope that you have a child that looks nothing like you. Be a child's sake.
I want to have a black son just to like screw with people, just be like, is he yours? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And then because it's an awkward moment that they can't go, he's definitely adopted. I go, no. Plus, like I've never seen a black guy with ginger hair. Like, I think I would look great.
Well, that is something.
Or the final kind of thought I was thinking of is having a hybrid between species. Right. I mean, because like people go, genetically modified child, you want boy or girl? No, you're thinking too close-minded. let's think outside this box.
You want a hermaphrodite, don't you?
I want a centaur. That's what.
Centaur.
Yeah. I want a mythical creature. I want a mermaid.
The real reason you want a child that's a centaur, so you don't have to buy pants.
wait, that's
think of all the money you'd save. Just have to buy a brush for the legs.
I want a mermaid. I want a there's that mermaid that's the vertimaid.
Yeah, that Dimitri Martin thought of. That's brilliant. Yeah, the vertimaid.
which is a mermaid that's split right down
the middle.
That's amazing. Do you want to have a song?
Yes, let's go for it.
This is Don't Sit Down Because I Moved the Chair by the Arctic Monkeys. Enjoy.
Deage. So, just if you want to email the show, you can actually go on the website and send one email by clicking on the Contact the Studio tab and send one message. We'd love to hear from you. You can also text the show by starting your message with the letters NA and the number 1, plus your message to 60300. You do have to start your message with the letters NA and the number 1. I must mention that, because otherwise the text just doesn't come through.
I mean, it's hard doing this month because, you know, I'm a little bit hungover.
Yeah. What happened? Where did you go last night?
I went out locally, and I was in this bar and I was already really drunk. But I went to the bar and I bought.
Well, let me just clarify, he wasn't by himself.
I bought a bottle of wine, right? And
first mistake.
The bartender went, "Do you want a glass?" And I went, "No." like he was the idiot. So
what am I, civil?
So I'm just carrying this thing around with us like it's a child.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning, it was in my fridge. I was just.
Oh God. I mean, I hate wine at the best of times, but I agree with the whole.
Wine.
That's the only time I drink wine is when I'm already smashed, and then someone gives me a bottle of wine and I drink it from the bottle.
Wine makes you do stupid things like
throw up.
Karaoke.
Karaoke.
Like,
oh God.
I remember, like, even last weekend, had a couple of drinks, went to the karaoke, and there's about me and our 6 friends singing Because I Got High by Afro Man. In, like, the deepest tone of, like, because I got high. Like,
speaking of types of people, there is types of people at karaoke, isn't there? Because there's the people who are just totally smashed and they go up there and they know they can't sing. Then there's the people who, like, I don't know what you want to call them, like karaoke hawks or something,
yeah.
who go karaoke because they're not good enough for, like, X Factor, but they're better than your average karaoke singer, and they're just, like, singing Celine Dion. And just,
karaoke shouldn't be taken so sort of seriously.
Yeah.
Me and a couple of friends of mine, we got really drunk in town, and for the life of us, I couldn't find this bar now, but we found this karaoke bar, and it was us and about 3 bigoted looking old men in the corner.
I'm gonna sing at your face, guys.
And my friend, who's got, like, quite a predominant lisp, right, sung Set Fire to the Rain off his lips. They're just so drunk, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Exactly.
It was absolutely amazing.
Karaoke.
And I got up and did an Arctic Monkey song.
Yeah.
Doing my best Alex Turner impression. Air guitar and the solo and stuff. And I went to the the guy who runs it. Like,
yeah.
I went just joking around. I went, "What did you think?" And he went, "Well, you were better than your friend."
Yeah, it's not saying much.
Yeah.
You were the best of a bad bunch.
You were better than a drunk lisper.
Yeah. Now, do you want a glass with your wine? No, I'll take a brown paper bag, please.
Oh man, do you want to do an issue?
Yes. The next issue is what inanimate objects do you hate?
But should we sort of clarify this? This means, like, objects that you just hate with a human passion.
And there's no need for the hate.
Like in my house, for example, our boiler. I hate him. I hate the boiler. I hate the boiler. It's a guy. He's so cocky about it as well. He waits until you get in the shower.
I like how it's a him.
It's definitely a him. It couldn't be a woman. Because a woman would go, "Oh, just have a shower, and then I'll go cold." This guy waits until I get in the shower, and then when I'm mid shower, you'll go cold.
That's your dad downstairs just putting the hot tap on. It's like, he's go for a shower.
Absolutely, I hate that guy.
I mean, for me, I hate the toaster because I love toast, but it's just like. It's too much effort. You're having toast because you can't be bothered to make a real meal. Let's be honest. That's what you're doing. I'm having toast because it's better than just bread and butter, but not quite. You know what I mean? But you have to stand and keep an eye on it to stop it burning. And burnt toast horrible. It's just like eating compressed hate. You know what I mean?
Who thought of toast? Who went, "Oh, let's burn bread and eat it"?
I think somebody accidentally burned bread and was like, "That's delicious."
Well, there's this kid that lives next door to me, right? And I don't get computer rage because there's a lot of guys who, like, gamer rage, it's called, like, video games, and you get really angry. And there's this kid next door who screams and F's and blinds, right? And I've never got that until I started working at the civil service, right?
Yeah.
And I find myself looking at my computer going, "I hate you." And they talking to the computer, like, swearing at it and stuff. "I hate you."
I do. I must say, I don't play as much as I used to, but I do love arguing with 12-year-olds on Xbox Live because. It's a hollow victory, but it's a victory nonetheless.
It's easy and I'm good at it.
Yeah, basically. It's just nothing better than just beating them. They're just like, "You're cheating." I'm like, "No, I'm just good and you're rubbish and you're 12.
I think by far the saddest inanimate object, right? And if you get this, then you will really get this. This will touch your heart, right? Is when you get a cold sausage roll from Greg's. Is there anything more depressing? Like, I went into Greg's, and I went, "Can I have a sausage roll?" And she went, "Yeah." And I paid for it. And as I'm getting the sausage roll back, she went, "Do you mind that it's cold?" And I was like, "Yes." and she went, and she didn't expect me just to go, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it, I'll eat it anyway," which I did.
Of course, yeah.
And as I was taking it back, I went, yeah, of course I mind it's cold. And she went, well, it's the other sausage rolls won't be cooked for like half an hour. So what she basically says is that, he has a
cold sausage roll, on with your day.
Deal with it.
Yeah. I like how she waited till you'd already paid, so it made you the awkward one. Like, you would have been the total weirdo.
I'm sitting eating this cold sausage roll, right? It's one of the most depressing things about it. Because, obviously, it's not good for you. So I'm sitting there, just cramming this thing in my face, and, like, it's so fatty, and it was cold, it was just miserable.
My only Greg's-related story is, being really drunk and then going to Greg's and I'm thinking I'm having 2 sausage and bean melts, and then I'm halfway through my second pasty when I realise that they've given us 2 chicken bakes. But I'm halfway through the second one, I'm like, this isn't what I ordered. But I'm not even angry, I was just like, that was delicious, and then just ate it and kept walking. So that's a certain level of drunk.
The Greg's woman recommended something for you, essentially.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a song, Ben?
Why not?
This is In the Morning by The Coral. Enjoy.
You're back with the issues with Ben and Deage on Anyone FM. Just remember that you can email the show. Well, this is actually your last chance to email the show. As the show is coming to a close, so you can email by going on the website, which is anyoneFM.net, and just clicking on the Contact the Studio tab and winging them a message. I just love saying winging them a message. Deage is creased at that.
It's the radio voice.
It's the radio voice. The dulcet tones of White Velvet.
Well, White Velvet, Tangerine Thunder on Anyone FM.
We should rename the show that, because it's creepy. Just remember, you can actually also text the show by starting your message with the letters NA and the number 1, so anyone plus your message to 60300. Come on down.
Last issue of the day.
Oh, it is. Let's go in hard.
Cracking. This is a good issue. We want to bear in mind the question here is who would win in a fight. And this isn't sort of like a fight over economics or whatever like that. It's a bare knuckle brawl, right? So I'm gonna shoot some things at you.
Yeah.
Let's see what you think. But first, we'll kick it off. Jeremy Kyle versus Jerry Springer.
Well, I mean, Jerry Springer's really old, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's the king of like a Barney.
He is the king. But I don't know. I think Jeremy's got it on him just on age and.
Well, there's this thing I saw on the internet. Someone threw a card at Jeremy Kyle, and he'd be like,
yeah, maybe he's just like a full hard man. Maybe he's soft.
Jerry Springer gets involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say people throw chairs on his show, so I suppose
it's a difference between America and like Britain. Someone throws a card and then someone throws a chair.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's bigger and better.
I would say there's quite a sparsity.
So you're going for?
I'm gonna go for Jeremy Kyle still, just because he's younger.
I'll go for
because he's younger.
He's spry.
Yeah.
But next one, Peter Griffin from Family Guy, or Homer Simpson from The Simpsons.
Oh, it's tough because it's like there's that episode where like Homer's like he becomes a boxer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's just good at taking a beating.
Yeah, but Family Guy fights are amazing.
I was gonna say, but like Peter Griffin, obviously, when he's fighting the chicken and stuff, he's good fighting. I don't know. I don't get us wrong. I would love to see that. I would love more. I mean, who do you think would win in that fight?
I've got to go Peter Griffin.
Yeah, I think so. Just on like, because I don't think I think Homer's more defense than offense. You know what I mean? He just takes it rather than actually gives it. Not like that.
Easy now.
It's not that kind of show.
Darth Vader versus Yoda in the prime.
In the prime. I still think Yoda. I can't remember which one it is because I've seen all 6 films, but I've seen them like once.
Yeah.
So I've seen the original trilogy like when I was a kid because they'd redid them. I don't know, remastered them.
Yeah,
that was it. They'd remastered them in the one at the cinema. My dad took me as a child, and I've seen the first 3, and then I watched all the new ones as they came out. But I wasn't really impressed. But I can't remember which one it is. But I think it's one of the newer ones, like episode like 1 to 3 or something, where like Yoda's like obviously old, walking with a walking stick, and then he's fighting someone. He's jumping all over the place, doing backflips.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
So that makes me lead to believe that he'd probably win.
Yoda's a boy, like. Donald Trump from America, The Apprentice and
the
stuff.
The billionaire
with the quiff.
Yeah.
The comb over that looks like a hairpiece. Or Alan Sugar.
Oh, controversial, Sir Alan Sugar. I think I'd go with Sugar. I think he's got the more hard-mad edge. Once again, it's like Donald Trump's just kind of like an overweight billionaire who just sits.
Yeah, he's got weight behind him though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, on looks alone, Sugar just looks like more of a thug, doesn't he?
Whereas Donald Trump just looks like a teddy bear that's been in an accident.
Yeah.
He was running for president. You know what I mean? One idiot. One absolute buffoon he is. He reminds me of Boris Johnson. Like, that sort of... like, it's sort of the...
Isn't like he'll do.
How did you get there? That sort of thing.
I mean, who do you think would win in that fight?
I'd probably go Sugar because he's got the you know, he's got the sugar effect, you know.
I didn't realise that Donald Trump would win for president. I mean, that's just America for you, though, isn't it? I mean, like, they had Arnold Schwarzenegger as, like, governor of California. They'll just have anyone.
Speaking of which, Schwarzenegger versus Sylvester Stallone.
Segue! That was quite the segue.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, as previously mentioned, I think I probably have to go with my boy Sly, because, come on, He's Rambo. He's Rambo?
What about...
He's Rambo and Rocky.
What about Rambo v Rocky?
Oh, well, that's... I don't know. If it's bare knuckle brawl, then it's Rocky, isn't it? It's obviously Rocky if it's bare knuckle brawl, because that's his 40. You know what I mean? If it's in the jungle, then Rambo's got it, you know?
What about a Barney in the jungle?
I don't know. I mean, is it no holds barred?
it's the whole... Right, yesterday at work, we were talking about what's the difference between a cake and a muffin, right?
Loads of people who don't even usually talk to it joined in on that conversation. Were like, well, I think what the difference is.
And Ben said, well, a cake's something that's either got a layer of icing or something inside of it.
Yeah.
And I went, so what if you got a muffin and put icing on? Would that make a cake, right?
Yeah.
And it was so paradoxical that everyone's minds just blew.
Yeah. It all stemmed from one guy who had a muffin. It was Rory, guy sits next to behind us, who had a muffin, but it looked like a cake. But I said to him, "Is this where it came from?" And he went, "Yeah." And I went, "What is it, a cake or a muffin?" He went, "Well, it says muffin on it, so it must be a muffin."
This went on for hours.
4 hours later.
Last serious one, Mr. T.
Last serious one, Mr. T.
Mr. T versus Chuck Norris.
Oh.
Bear in mind, Chuck Norris is so hard where he's got meant to have a chin, he's got only another fist.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that website, I think it's whatwouldchuckdo.com. You need to go on that site. It's absolutely brilliant.
You'd have to go Chuck Norris. I mean, Mr. T is hard, but Chuck Norris is invincible.
See, the thing is, Mr. T, I don't know, he's like, have you seen that video online? He does a song, where it's Mr.
Mother.
T. Yeah.
Ain't no other.
There ain't no other like mother. It's not a song, he's just talking. It's brilliant.
It looks like someone having a break.
But he's telling kids to stick in that school. I mean, which, don't get us wrong, that's a brilliant message or whatever. It's a brilliant message.
Coming from him.
But but it's not exactly a hard man 40, is it really?
Yeah, I'll stay in school. What?
Well, we're almost out of time, Deage, so shall we get some plugs in?
Plug away.
Yeah, well, I'm on Trent House tonight in Newcastle for a comedy pick and mix. So if you fancy some cheap laughs, some cheap comedy, some cheap drink, I mean, I'm not offering all of these.
I would also like to announce a new night that I'm running on the 3rd of July called what is it? FMTF Comedy.
FMTF Comedy.
5 great acts, price of £3. You can get tickets down at the Clooney.
I think that's going to be a great night.
This is the first announcement. We're going to try and get this up. Me and Ben will be performing, so
amongst others. We will have like a really good headliner on as well, though. We'll have some proper comedians.
Yeah. It's been emotional.
It's been absolutely lovely. Thanks for tuning into the issues
with White Velvet,
with White Velvet and
Tangerine
Thunder.
I'll just play out with No One Knows by Queens of Stone Age. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks very much.